What's going on, Cowboy Nation? It's your boy Kentastic up in here, the gentleman. Just want to talk about my first volume update of training camp so far. They just ended day two. They started training camp yesterday, which I made a video about, which I was pretty excited about. Of course, everyone knows what happened in the last, 24, 48 hours. As you know, Lucky Whitehead, he's a receiver slash return specialist, was released by the Cowboys yesterday due to a shoplifting, larceny under $200 charge, and he failed to appear in court. I think the one thing that we have to take a lesson from is we have to make sure that the information thaws out a little bit more better than what they perceive it to be. I think in order to know something, you have to actually dig deep into the situation. Now, they found out that it was a mistaken identity, so he was clear of all charges. And there's been a lot of people say, well, what now? What should the Cowboys do? Should they give him another shot? No, I agree with them. I wouldn't give him another shot because as a guy that's trying to make a 53-man roster, one thing you have to remember is that it's hard enough as it is to make it into the NFL because it's only so many people can play. College football is one thing because it's pretty much wide open. High school is pretty wide open. Of course, Pee Wee too. But when you're playing in the professional ranks like the NFL, it's really tough. It's really tough because they only have a select few that can make the team. Now, if he was like a Ezekiel Elliott type or somebody that was a very key part of the team, like say he averaged like maybe 2-3 touchdowns a season on punt returns, maybe catch a touchdown pass or two or rush one in or something, then I could see them maybe, give him another shot. But because he hasn't really been that much of a factor, a big factor, like a Cole Beasley or like like a Darren McFadden or something like that, whatever, then I can see why they did what they did. The thing about it is it shows that the Cowboys are trying to set an example due to the recent off-field incidents that's been going on, especially with Nolan Carroll, cornerback, also with Damian Wilson on the 4th of July, also with Zeke, being at the bar when there was a fight. Now, they already cleared Zeke of pretty much um, of all wrongdoing or something due to the sexual assault allegations, I believe. But the NFL still haven't really say what they're gonna do, which is pretty shady and messed up because the way that thing is set up, it's a big mess. It really is a big mess. But I will say this: everything looks that Jalen Smith looks good. Sorry, I lost a little connection there. Okay, I don't know. Starting tomorrow, they got pretty much at least 6 days until they have to travel to Canton, Ohio. So they're gonna be in pads probably tomorrow, Thursday. I'm sure Friday is gonna be light. Saturday is gonna be pretty light probably, and then Sunday is gonna be the pads, and then they're gonna go at it until Tuesday, and then Wednesday that's when they travel to Canton. So when we play the Cardinals, this is what I say. It's only day two. It's only a couple days of training camp. Um, so far, so good as far as the guys being there. The one thing I want to say is that you know it's unfortunate that these off field incidents that's been going on been occurring. It's pretty it's it's pretty sad, but at the same time, that's the way the livelihood of today's NFL and also to stardom in professional league, the professional ranks, including sports and entertainment. I mean, you can't go just anywhere and just assume that you can get away with everything because everyone have camera phones. Um, They got camera phones, they got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, even YouTube, Google Plus, Hangouts, this and that, da da da. And they got, TMZ on speed dial. So it's gonna be somebody's always watching at all times. That's the way the world is today. It's not like 25 years ago where you won't find the news out until like 3 days later or whatever the case may be. Because back then it wasn't really that savvy. Now if you, back then, you might catch it on another channel, but then again you might catch it a couple hours later. You might see it in the newspaper, this and that, da da da. See, here today, it's a little bit different because it gets out so fast, especially on Twitter, because it blows up. So right now, today, they was working on, mostly speed, agility, ball security, working on the fundamentals, of course. I know that Jason Garrett had a press conference earlier today. He did say that he wasn't going to go any further into what happened yesterday, what have you, because he felt, he feels that it's already done. What's done is done. It is what it is. Like I said, with Whitehead, he had some things that was going on with him as far as maturity, but then also too, a lot of it was maturity, but then also was the fact that it kept occurring at certain points of the season last year. And it kind of, the biggest one really was when we played the Giants up in December, up at the Meadowlands. That's when he didn't even ride. I mean, he showed up late and they told him to go home. And he ended up not playing the game. Not even, that's what happened. So you got to set an example. You have to set an example for a high-profile team like this team to say, hey, it is what it is. You can't just do this. Now, star players get special treatments due to the fact that what they can do for the team. They will be punished, but they're not going to tell you exactly what they're going to be punished for. It could be a slap on the wrist with a fine. It can be anything from saying maybe you won't start a game. Also, too, it could be where, in case you want to like get a new contract, a new deal, all that stuff is going to linger later on. It's going to affect